Welcome to this 8-part series on the Christian spiritual life. In this series, we'll walk together through some of the most important steps in learning to live close to God. And so this isn't about quick fixes or spiritual techniques. It's about something far more lasting, growing in friendship with the one who made us, learning how to follow Christ, not just outwardly, but from the heart. And so here we'll explore prayer, listening for God's voice, discovering His presence in the ordinary rhythms of daily life, and growing towards spiritual maturity. But before any of that, we need to begin where every true journey with God begins, with desire. At the very foundation of the Christian spiritual life lies a simple but profound truth. Your soul desires God. Whether you feel it consciously or not, whether life is peaceful or painful, whether you're confident in faith or full of questions, this remains true. There is within you a quiet, restless longing for God. Saint Augustine expressed this universal truth more than 1600 years ago when he wrote, "You have made us for yourself, O God, and our hearts are restless until they rest in you." And so that restlessness is not a problem to solve or a weakness to hide. It is a gift. It's your soul's way of reminding you that you were made for something more. You were created for communion with God. And yet we often misunderstand our own desire. We feel restless and assume something is wrong. We try to fill the emptiness with things that can never satisfy. We pursue success, relationships, security, comfort, even religious activity, hoping these will quiet the ache within. But they never can, not fully. Why? Because none of those things are God. C.S. Lewis reflected on this when he wrote, "If I find in myself a desire which no experience in this world can satisfy, the most probable explanation is that I was made for another world." You were made for God, nothing less. Saint Ignatius of Loyola, one of the great teachers of the spiritual life, understood this longing as the very first movement of the soul. Before any formal prayer, before sacraments, before scripture, there is already within you a pull toward God. Ignatius taught that this desire is the foundation of all spiritual growth. In his words, God deals directly with the soul. He stirs the heart. He draws us quietly, persistently towards Himself. And so desire is not optional in the Christian life. It's the starting point. But here's the deeper mystery. Your desire for God is only a response. Long before you sought Him, He sought you. Long before you reached out to Him, He reached out to you. In John's Gospel, Jesus says, "No one can come to me unless the Father draws them." Even your restlessness, even your longing is already the work of grace within you. God is drawing you, calling you, seeking you. And this is the beauty of our faith, that God is not distant. He is not passive. He is a God who searches for His children, a God who calls by name. The restlessness within you is not simply human longing. It is divine invitation. But too often we silence that invitation. We push aside the deeper questions of life. We drown them in distraction. We keep busy, afraid of what the silence might reveal. You know, the saints and mystics understood the danger of ignoring this restlessness. St. Teresa of Avila warned that the greatest obstacle to prayer is not sin, but distraction and self-sufficiency. When we believe we have everything we need, we stop listening for God. And so the first step in the spiritual life is not to fix ourselves or to master techniques of prayer or to read more books. The first step is to listen to your own heart, to the desire already within you. So let me ask you honestly, what do you long for? Perhaps you long for peace, for healing, for hope, for clarity in confusion, for love that endures. Whatever your heart is longing for right now, recognize this. Beneath every surface desire, your soul is thirsting for God, for the one who created you, who loves you, who knows your name. The psalmist says, "As the deer pants for streams of water, so my soul longs for you, O God." Do not silence that longing. Do not dismiss your restlessness as weakness. It is your compass. It is your soul pointing you home. But how do we respond to this desire practically? How do we begin moving from longing into deeper relationship with God? The answer is simpler than we expect. Begin with honesty. Honesty before God. The spiritual life begins not with eloquent prayers, but with truthful ones. You do not need to impress God. You need to come as you are. Find a quiet moment in your day, 5 or 10 minutes. Set in silence, no music, no distractions. Simply ask yourself, what am I truly longing for? Let the answers come. Name your desire before God, and then speak to Him as simply as you can. Even if you're unsure He's listening, even if prayer feels strange, say something like, "Lord, you know my heart. Lead me deeper." That's it. That small act of honesty is the true beginning of the spiritual life. From that moment, everything else flows. Prayer, scripture, sacraments, all of these are God's response to the desire He has already placed in you. The church's life is not separate from your personal longing. It is the place where that longing is answered. And so in the Eucharist, God does not give you a symbol or a reminder. He gives His real presence to you, His true body and blood. The very God your soul is longing for becomes present, real, tangible. The sacraments are not rituals trying to reach God. They are actually God reaching out to you. The beauty of the Christian life is that your personal search for God and the sacramental life of the church are not two separate journeys. They are one. The church exists to lead restless hearts to the one who can satisfy them. And so as we begin this series together, I invite you to accept your restlessness, not as a problem, but as a calling, not as a burden, but as a grace. Your heart's longing is not a mistake. It is the voice of God within you, calling you to Himself. You are not seeking a God who is distant or hidden. You are responding to the one who is already seeking you. This is where your journey begins. And so in the next episode, we'll explore what it means to recognize God's presence, not far away, but here in your daily life. We'll talk about how God is closer to you than you imagine. But for now, pause, be still, listen to your heart, and know that the one you seek is already drawing near. For the God who placed desire within you is the God who alone can fulfill it. Your journey has already begun.